Hi Leo, this is Lee from Fresh Astrology. Happy New Year. We're looking at 2019. Um, so if you want to go to my Facebook page, you can also join my community there. And it's a great place to ask questions. It's a different way to interact with Fresh Astrology. Also, if you want to email me, it's freshastrology@gmx.com. If you want a reading or a life coaching session, you can go to www.freshastrology.com. If you want to take part in my upcoming course in January, then you also go to www.freshastrology.com. And the class that has space left is my coaching class. And so I'm teaching you how to apply the skills of coaching to an astrology reading or a tarot reading or a psychic reading. The emphasis is on the coaching tools. So people have asked me, do I need to know a lot about astrology? The answer is no. You need to know something about astrology, but you don't have to know a lot. You don't have to be an expert because the focus is on the coaching and practicing those tools. So we'll have a lot of practice. It's once a week working with me on the phone and with your classmates. And then for those who want to, you may practice live on my channel, whether it's YouTube or on Facebook. So moving on, Leo, let's look at your year. So I'm approaching this particular reading with the idea, kind of the way the Chinese attach an animal to symbolize a whole entire year. Trying to think, what is the simplest way we can look at the year? And I think this is, in Chinese, zodiac or their way of looking at things, this coming year is going to be the year of the pig. I think for Western astrology, it's the year of Uranus. If I were to characterize this particular year, it's the year of Uranus. Now, there's more coming up that I've talked about in my sneak peek for 2019, where I focused on Saturn and Pluto and what's happening in Capricorn. But for this reading, I think the pig is actually Uranus. And Uranus is at a very pivotal point in the Leo chart. It is going across your midheaven in March. And it's already gone across this area last May, but then it backtracked. So you've had a little back and forth. And it may have felt like things stalled out, or they didn't move full steam ahead, or you didn't know where things were. Maybe you weren't even sure where things were going for a while. You may have had some surprises that felt like things were going backward, but things will be moving fast come March, and it will completely change something about what you do for a living. So expect a lot of change this year, especially in your career and your reputation. A lot of this can be expected, but a lot of this can also be unexpected. And one of the markers of Uranus is much of the change that rolls in will be unexpected. So you may have unexpected surprises that are happy surprises. Unexpectedly, you get a new job. Unexpectedly, your product takes off. Unexpectedly, you become famous, you get discovered. Unexpectedly, you publish, and then your book goes, hits the New York Times bestseller list, and it's picked up in other languages or something. So it's that kind of big, sweeping change that happens to your image and your career. So a lot about you and the way people see you will change too, in a very public way. There could be a very public change to your actual image. So this can include physical changes, plastic surgery, new haircut, new hair color, new way of dressing, new title, new way of being seen, people finally seeing you in a new light. Maybe they couldn't see a certain part of your personality before, and then it becomes more apparent. You become known for something. So it's a year of really breaking out, breaking outside the box, breaking through in your career zone, and also just the way getting noticed. It's a year of getting noticed. That's your pick. And working with that later in the year a little bit more, but coming along also this year is what's happening in your fifth house. In your fifth house, you have Jupiter newly there, and it's in Sagittarius. That's working. That's all these things are working really nicely with your sign. Although I would say Uranus going across your midheaven is more, I don't know if challenging is the right word, but I think you have to work for this. You have to work harder at this, whatever it is that's changing in your career. You're working harder. It's not easy change, but it could be very, very positive change. But I think it doesn't come as easily. What's coming more easily is your creativity is really blossoming this year. Stuff going on with your children is really blossoming. Issues around your children are blossoming. So more activity with your kids, more stuff going on for them. There tend to be very lucky things going on for your children. So if you have expanded issues with a child or children, have faith. Know that even what seems negative at first could be a very positive event. So even if there's negative stuff going on and you're having to make decisions you didn't want to make, or it seems like maybe your kids aren't cooperating or they're not doing well, sometimes because of that we make changes, things happen, and then suddenly the kid is put on a whole new track, and it's really, really lucky for them. So have faith. We're still early in this process. But also, if it's a time when you would like to have children, this is a great time to be working on that. It's a time when there can be a lot of luck in conceiving. If you don't want to conceive, then think about that. How are you going to deal with that desire not to have children? What do you do about that? Because it is also a time when your romantic world is expanding, and that means your love life and your sex life could be expanding. So it's a time of procreating, so to speak. And so for single Leos, there could be more opportunity to date if you would like to. You don't have to, but if you're single and you would like to date, there's opportunity. I think you're going to have people who would like to date you, who are interested in you. It's a year that feels fun. I think there are a lot of fun things going on. It's a time when you're more lighthearted and approaching life with that flair that a Leo has, because the fifth house is also your home turf. And this is where Jupiter's moving through. It's moving through the fifth house. This is your home. Leos love to play and have fun. They love romance. They love children. They love creating and gambling and living large. This is a time to live large. And Leos love that energy. So it's a fun energy for Leo. And I think you'll enjoy this year more maybe than years past. It's not that other years haven't been enjoyable, but this is a particularly fun time in your life, and I would love to see you take full advantage of that. Make sure you know this is a time to go out and play. Really use the energy so that you get the full benefit. Later in the year, toward the tail end of this year, Jupiter will be moving on into your sixth house, which has a whole different set of meetings, which I covered in the 2019 sneak peek set of videos that I did a while ago, so you can listen there. But the bulk of this year is really with Jupiter in the fifth house. So have fun now, because I do think some of these changes in your career will cause your schedule to change dramatically, and your work life will seem to expand in a lucky way. You'll get very, very busy, maybe a lot of money coming in, but I think you'll feel very busy, like you'll be managing a lot, and that's later in December. So now, have fun now. It's not that it won't be fun then, but have fun now. Take advantage of this time to play a little bit. It's good to play. This is your house, the fifth house. Everyone needs to play, but Leos especially need to play. And maybe you don't always feel like you've had enough playtime because you need it. Big cats, Leo is named after, you do have an animal assigned to you, and that's the larger cat, the lion, or any large cat, I would say. And cats, they work in short bursts of very extreme energy. So you can be highly energized and focused on a project, but in between, you need to take substantial breaks and rest. That's how cats live. They can do almost Herculean, magical seeming things. They can leap really high for their body size and weight. They can run really fast. They can do amazing things. They're incredibly talented cats, large cats, lions, and have tremendous skill. But then to recuperate and to make sure they're energized and charged to do that, they need substantial breaks and rest and maybe some play. So take advantage of this wonderful energy in your chart this year, because there are some big changes coming up and the workload will expand. I think it's a lucky break in your career, but it's going to make you feel very, very busy for a while. And now is the time to enjoy some playtime. And enjoy some romance. Enjoy it while it's here. Enjoy time with your children. Take time to slow down and appreciate what's happening with them, or any children in your life. They may not be yours directly, but sometimes we just want to bask in the fun stuff that's going on with others, and so bask, bask away. All right, that's it, Leo. I think it's a very exciting year for you, and a potentially very fun year, and maybe for single Leos, and even for if you're married or in a long-term relationship, it's a time to bring the fun back in. Even it doesn't mean you've not had fun, but it's a time to really play and maybe work on romance, or have more fun with your partner, your existing partner. All right, take care, guys.